So today I'm going to be showing you 5 Claude AI YouTube strategies to get views and make money. And these are the same 5 that I use to take my brother's channel from $0 to $214 in a day in under a month. And this is also coming from someone who's personally made over $10 million from YouTube. And I run a channel with over 1.5 million subscribers. And I have clients who have collectively generated over $100 million in results. So this isn't theory. This isn't fluff motivation. These are the actual strategies that I have used and many others have used as well. And I'm going to be handing you the exact Claude prompts to run every single one of them yourself. You don't need any expensive equipment. You don't need any prior experience, and you don't need any special skills. Just these 5 strategies and the willingness to take action. So if you appreciate me making this type of content and you want me to make more of it in the future, then let me know by gently tapping that like button, and let's jump into it right now. Strategy number 1 is to understand the game that you're actually playing, right? Because here's the thing about YouTube. It's one of the only opportunities on the planet with basically 0 capital required, right? Most businesses need hundreds of thousands of dollars just to open the doors. Or you're taking out a massive business loan, and that is a huge barrier to entry, but it also means that those businesses have way less competition. But YouTube is the opposite. Anyone can start. There's a very low barrier to entry, which is amazing, but it also means there's a lot of competition. So you'd better understand the rules of the game and set the right goals. Now, a lot of these YouTube gurus are gonna tell you that you don't have to post consistently and you can just talk about whatever you want and you should follow your passion and the success will come. And I wanna be really clear with you here. That is absolute horseshit. When you first start on YouTube, you 100% need to post, and you need to post consistently, at least once per week. And you wanna know why these coaches tell you that you can post less and make more? Well, it's because they already posted hundreds and hundreds of videos themselves, right? They're already good at this. And they got good by posting constantly. And now they're telling you that you don't have to do the thing that they did to get good. So let's not get it twisted here. There's a famous study about a pottery class that explains this perfectly. The teacher split the class into 2 groups. The first group was graded purely on quantity. Just make as many pots as you possibly can. The second group was graded on quality. Make 1 perfect pot by the end of the semester. And the crazy part is, at the end of the semester, the best pots, the highest quality pots, came from the quantity group. Why? Because the quantity group kept making pot after pot after pot, and they got better through sheer repetition. Meanwhile, the perfectionist group sat around theorizing about the perfect pot and barely improved. And YouTube works exactly the same way. You can't read your way to good. The only way to get good at YouTube is to consistently make YouTube videos. That's it. There is no other way, right? It's like saying that you're gonna get good at basketball by reading books about basketball, right? Will the books help? Sure. But if you never actually pick up the ball and play, you're going nowhere. You could read every book ever written about riding a bike. You could interview whoever just won the Tour de France. But if you never get on the bike, you'll never ride it. And even if you hop on once a month, you're barely going to improve. So if you ever hear a YouTube coach that tells you when you're first starting out that you can post less and somehow get more views and make more money when you're just starting, they are full of shit. They are simply telling you what you want to hear. And the same thing goes with your niche and following your passion. Let's talk about Ikigai, right? So Ikigai is basically designed to help you choose a profession or choose a career. And the same exact framework works for YouTube. So you don't want to pick something that you hate, obviously, right? But only doing what you're passionate about is honestly a pretty self-centered way to go through life. Think about it. Do you think the garbage man is passionate about picking up the garbage? Probably not. But you know what he is passionate about? Helping people, solving problems, making sure that there isn't trash all over the street. He is providing real value to society, and he is getting paid in return for it. And there's a reason the phrase starving artists exists, because historically, the people who only chased their passion ended up broke. And even in this day and age, a very tiny percentage of people actually make a full-time living doing nothing but their passion. So everyone is gonna land somewhere on this spectrum, right? How much passion versus how much practicality. And the exercise that I always recommend for finding that sweet spot is Ikigai. You wanna find something that is as close to the intersection between what you love, what you're good at, what the world needs, and what you can actually be paid for overlap. That is where you wanna build your channel. So here's how the actual game works. Picture a 100-sided die. You roll it and 1 number lands on top. Your goal is to roll a 1 because rolling a 1 is like your video taking off. And by the way, once you have 1 video take off, YouTube becomes like 10 times easier. Because usually when that 1 video takes off, your past videos are gonna get a bunch of views that flood to them, and then some of them are gonna take off as well. So it's kind of like a popcorn bag effect, right? You put the popcorn bag in the microwave, it doesn't do anything for like 30 seconds or a minute, then all of a sudden one popcorn kernel pops, and then another one, and then another one, pop, 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 and all of a sudden the entire bag is filled up. Your YouTube channel is the same way. You might post 20 videos, none of them take off, then the 21st video that you post does take off, and that causes 5 of the older ones to take off as well. And then every video you post after that has a much higher chance of taking off too. So your goal is to get that one video that takes off, and in this case, roll a 1 on the 100-sided die. Now, if you make an average video, it might take you around 100 videos before one really pops off. If you make below average videos, it might take 200, 300, even 1,000 videos. But if you do all of the right things, it might only take 5, 10, or 20 videos before one takes off. Now, here's what most people do. They try to make one absolutely perfect, immaculate video because they want to have the highest chances of their video taking off. They spend a month on it, sometimes 3. They record it, they edit it, they scrap it, they start over, they record it again, they edit it again, and then they finally post it 3 months later. It gets 50 views, and they decide the algorithm hates them and that YouTube is rigged. Now, if your goal was to roll a 1, would you spend 3 hours carefully rolling the dice one time? No, you just start rolling it over and over again until you hit 100. And that's what you need to do. You need to roll it consistently. But you can turn that 100-sided die into a 6-sided die by doing just a few things that make it significantly more likely that your video is gonna have success. And there's really 3 things that you can change that will turn that 100-sided die into a 6-sided die so that you have a 1 in 6 chance of rolling a 1 versus a 1 in 100. Number 1, and the most important thing by far, is the idea of the video. Number 2 is the packaging. And then number 3 is actually delivering value in the video itself. And by the way, delivering value has nothing to do with the production quality of the video. In fact, you can make dead simple videos that still deliver the value, and they can do incredibly well. And you've probably seen this happen hundreds and hundreds of times now on YouTube. So that's it. You spend your time on those 3 things, and everything else, the fancy editing, the perfect lighting, all of it, do the absolute bare minimum when you're starting out. So my brother's first video that almost had 1 million views now, barely edited. People even said that it sounded like an AI in the comments, because this is my brother's first ever video and he wasn't really good at presenting. But the idea was right, the packaging was right, and the video actually delivered value. So let me reverse engineer your first $1,000 that you can make on YouTube using my own brother. And by the way, my brother is 50 years old. He's been in the trades for 30 years. He's not tech savvy at all, and he never made a video in his life. Literally never posted a social media video in his entire life. And 29 days after posting his very first video, he had a $214 AdSense day. That's a $70,000+ a year run rate. So he literally went from 0 to a full-time income in less than 30 days. And that's just from the AdSense money that was showing on his channel. It doesn't count any of the other stuff that he was selling. Now in his case, his very first video popped off and it now has over 800,000 views. But when I started this channel about 5 years ago, it took me around 10 videos before one took off. And for a lot of clients that I work with, it's 5, 10, 15, 20, sometimes even up to 30 videos before one takes off. But for people who are not doing the right things, it's probably gonna take you hundreds. That is the dice. There is an element of luck. There's always an element of luck to everything that you do in life. Pretty much everything in life is a numbers game. But you only get lucky if you keep rolling, and it's a heck of a lot better to be rolling a 6-sided die than a 100-sided die. So where does Claude come in? Well, here's the magic. Claude lets you roll the die way faster. It helps you tick more of those 3 boxes on every single video. More rolls, better odds per roll. That is the entire advantage. And the very first thing that I'd use this for is locking in your niche and your goal. So here's a prompt. You can pause the video, you can screenshot this prompt, you can put it into Claude. And then what I highly recommend you do is you actually let Claude interview you. Because when it asks you questions first, the answer that it gives you is actually tailored to you. So this is basically a miniature version of what we actually do with our clients. We interview them, we ask them questions, and then based on their responses, we tailor even more questions on those responses, and we gather the correct information. We put good data in so that we get good data out. Now, after you enter in that prompt, you want to commit to 1 video per week minimum for the next 8 weeks, non-negotiable. Those are your roles. And by the way, when you do this, you might have results like this. Look at all these people that commented on my channel that said they follow my methodologies and they got results. Then run the prompt above, or even better yet, grab the Claude skills that we're actually tailoring to this that are in the description and the pinned comment below, and you can use those to get started. Those are gonna be even better than the prompt. And you can check that out by clicking the link in the description and the pinned comment below. Then step 3, on every video, only sweat the 3 things that actually matter: the idea, the packaging, and the value. Bare minimum everything else. Hey, quick break. I'm going to be doing a live training this week on how to start a YouTube channel step-by-step for beginners. This is going to be for people who want to start a channel, but they don't know what niche to pick, what videos to make, or how to actually get started the right way. And it's a completely free training, no strings attached. In fact, I'm giving away even more bonuses at the training. So just as an example, I'm going to be giving away my niche validator. This is going to be available both for ChatGPT as well as Claude, which is a super valuable piece of software where you can finally figure out what the best niche for you is. So do not miss out on this training. Make sure you sign up for it down in the description and the pinned comment below, because you only get it if you join the training. So if you don't join now, you might miss it. But that being said, in the workshop, you'll get to meet me, and you'll get to ask me questions directly. So I look forward to seeing you in there. So click the link in the description and the pinned comment below, put it in your calendar. And if for whatever reason you missed out on it or you weren't able to attend, make sure you still click that link, because we might be having workshops in the future as well, and you'll be the first to know about it. So yeah, hope to see you there. And now back to your regularly scheduled content. All right, so strategy number 2 is using Claude as your idea and title machine. Because remember, the idea is the single most important thing on YouTube. Now, I used to write every single one of my titles myself. And when you're doing 12 videos a month, that takes forever. Then last year, I started having AI help, and recently we figured out how to make the titles genuinely incredible. Now, Claude can do 95% of the heavy lifting, the research, what's trending, the angles, and then hand you 10 titles to pick from. And then you can just pick your favorite one. And here's the proof. This title right here, if you've been watching my channel, it was 100% AI generated, and it's my most viewed video ever. Over 6 million views from an AI generated title. So don't sit there staring at a blank page anymore. You give Claude your niche, a few competitor channels, and the outcome that you want, and it spits out a ranked list of ideas and titles. Then you're just gonna pick your favorite and tweak it until it's perfect. Now, here's a prompt. Again, you can pause the video, you can screenshot this, and then you can put it into Claude. So this is the idea plus title machine prompt. And again, I'm gonna have it interview you. It's gonna ask you questions. It's gonna ask you for data. You wanna give it that information, give it that data, and that's gonna give you the best possible outputs. So here's how to get started. 1, list your niche plus 3 channels in your space that are already winning. 2, run the prompt above, or use the Claude skill, again, links in the description and the pinned comment below, and have it generate 15 ideas, then 10 titles for your top 3. Then pick one title, tweak it until you genuinely can't scroll past it, and that's gonna be your next video. All right, so strategy number 3 is building an assembly line. Really, it's making your videos with the system instead of one painful video at a time. Now, the most common version of this is just batch recording. I'm actually batch recording right now. I'm gonna record a few videos today. But I want you to batch more than just recording. Batch everything. Come up with all of your ideas at once. Write all of your scripts at once. Record all of them at once. Edit all of them at once. Upload all of them at once. And here's why this matters so much. Every time you switch hats, you lose energy. 1 minute, you're the idea person. The next, you're the scriptwriter, then the on-camera talent, then the editor. And that constant switching is exhausting. But when you do one type of task at a time, you get in the groove and it just flows. So a great example of this is Connor Woodman. His niche is Christian creativity, and he films walk and talk sermons out in the woods. And his most popular video was shot on a cell phone just earlier last year. And he made over $5,000 from it. But here's the thing, if you look at his videos around that time, in a bunch of his videos, he's wearing the exact same distinctive yellow jacket, which, by the way, Connor, if you're watching this, you should wear that jacket in every single video. It's a really good brand play. But he posted a bunch of videos in a row with that exact jacket on, and it's not because he wore the same jacket for 8 days straight. It's because he batch recorded 8 videos all at once. He walked into the woods, probably on the lunch break from work, and he knocked out a month worth of content in maybe an hour or 2. And then he uploaded all of it. And by the way, people love this raw, authentic style right now. Walk and talk, or just standing still in the woods, whatever. Don't need some kind of fancy set. Fewer edits, more real, right? More authenticity. So batching isn't just efficient, it's literally the style that's winning. And also, let's just say you're writing your scripts. You might find something very interesting that doesn't quite fit into the script that you're currently writing, but if you write all of the scripts at once, you can probably think of a different script where that particular thing you found that was interesting does fit in. So here is the prompt to build out your first initial system. Screenshot it, put it into Claude, and of course, let it interview you first. And here's how to start. Block one day on your calendar this week as your batch day. Run the prompt above or get the Claude skill linked in the description in the pinned comment below to generate a full month of ideas plus scripts in that one session. Then record all of them back to back, schedule them out, and congratulations, you're now a month ahead. And a pro tip for this is when you're presenting the scripts, literally just pretend that you're presenting the scripts to a friend. Like forget that there's a camera right there. Just pretend like you're literally helping a friend, or if you want to, the younger version of yourself who is having the problems that you're telling other people how they can solve right now. And that's gonna make it way easier for you to present. All right, strategy number 4 is letting Claude be your ghostwriter. And one thing I wanna say here very quickly is I am not telling you to make AI slop. If you follow the instructions that I'm gonna give you, you're gonna be making really top quality content that actually comes from you, it's your opinion, and it is personalized and it is valuable. So when I first started on YouTube, you had to be so good at so many things, right? You had to know cameras, you had to know editing. Like this was the Mr. Beast era, so editing was getting completely out of control. You had to know how to write killer scripts. You had to know how to make great thumbnails, write great titles, come up with great ideas, and on and on. These days, if you have the right systems and you're using Claude correctly, almost every one of those is either fully handled or mostly handled. And the biggest unlock is this. Claude can write scripts that actually sound like you, with your stories, your opinions, your personality, your writing style, and it's not generic AI slop. And that's the difference. AI slop is when you let the robot talk for you. A great script is when Claude takes your ideas, your voice, and resources that you actually enjoy yourself, and then helps you get that onto the page faster. So a good example of this is my client, Antoine, who runs Black Heights Education. We helped him dial in his system and lean on AI for the heavy lifting, and he cut his production time dramatically while scaling to over 6 figures a month. And he's putting out more content in less time, and it still sounds completely like him. And honestly, my brother Zach is proof that you don't need any tech skills for this, right? I was thinking that we might have to have him hire a scriptwriter, but after about 5 minutes of me showing him how to do it with AI, he goes, nope, we don't need a scriptwriter. This is so easy now. And that first video he made that got over 800,000 views took him less than 15 minutes to write the script, right? So here is the prompt to get started with this. And the key to this one is to make Claude study how you talk first, then interview you, then write. Okay, so I'm gonna put the prompt on the screen. Again, you can just screenshot it and drop it into Claude. Now, here's how to start. 1, record yourself talking naturally for 2 minutes about anything, and then paste the transcript into Claude as your voice sample. 2, run the prompt above or use Claude's skill, links in the description, and let it interview you on the topic. And then 3, read the draft out loud. If a line doesn't sound like you, tell Claude to fix it, and then repeat until it's 100% your voice. And a pro tip here is to have Claude number the lines on your script. So if there's something wrong in line number 123, you can say line number 123 doesn't quite sound right. Take that part out and replace it. And that way you don't have to read the whole line out loud, and Claude understands exactly what you're talking about. All right, the next strategy is a big one, and this is that you have to monetize beyond AdSense. Now, I've made over $1.5 million from AdSense alone. My brother made plenty of money just from AdSense alone on his channel as well. But really, you are playing the game on hard mode if you're just relying on AdSense to monetize. And I'll be honest with you, most YouTubers are absolutely terrible at making money on YouTube. I have literally seen creators countless amounts of times, right? With millions of subscribers who are dead broke. And then I've seen business owners getting a few hundred views a video, making millions of dollars a year. Right, so let me just give you a little comparison here. Boogie2988 has 4 million subscribers, and he went on a podcast tour admitting that he only makes about $3,700 a month.
And I showed you my numbers. I made about $44,000 in the last year,
which gives us $3,724 a month on average.
Josh, who's in the IT niche, he basically teaches people how to get into IT and cybersecurity jobs, got to $186,000 in a single month, and I believe he was less than 100,000 subscribers at that time. Nicole started working with us. She had about 85 subscribers. She got all the way up to $80,000 in a single month, and she did it all with less than 60,000 subscribers. And Carla just started with us recently. She has about 1,500 subscribers. She gets about 100 to 200 views per video, and she closed a 6-figure deal from YouTube. So subscriber count means nothing. View count doesn't even really mean that much. Monetization is everything. So our client Carla with 1,500 subscribers literally makes way more money than Boogie2988 with 4 million subscribers. And that is the difference between good monetization and terrible monetization. With good monetization, you can make a full-time income with 1,000 subscribers, sometimes even less than 1,000 subscribers. But the typical way that YouTubers monetize, you're gonna need hundreds of thousands or even millions of subscribers to make a full-time income. Now, the easiest way to monetize beyond AdSense, and one of my favorites, is affiliate marketing. It's very simple. You mention or recommend a product in your video, you put your affiliate link in the description, and when someone clicks and buys, you get a commission. So it could be as simple as reviewing an iPhone case, linking it on Amazon, and getting paid every time someone buys through your link, or recommending a software, or platforms like Skillshare or Coursera. So my brother made his first affiliate sale super early on. Then once you get that rolling, the cool thing about that is you're gonna figure out what your audience actually buys. And then once you figure out what they actually spend their money on and what they're actually interested in buying, you can make your own products, ebooks, guides, templates, services. You can start an agency, you can start a coaching program, you can make a school group, you can sell a course, etc., etc. And the funniest thing is, Claude can help you do all of these as well. Just make sure that you feed it genuinely valuable information so that people actually want to buy it. Now, my client Sean is a perfect example. He was stuck around $30,000 a month for a long time. He was watching my videos just like you are right now. He booked a call, he became a client, and within 9 months, we helped him scale from $30,000 all the way up to over $500,000 a month. Same channel, around the same amount of views, but way better monetization. And he is literally #1 in his niche. He is literally the king of his niche now. And Claude can map this entire thing out for you and write the first asset. So here's the prompt, screenshot it, put it into Claude, and let it interview you first. And the way you start here is you add one affiliate link to your next video for a product that you already use and trust. You run the prompt above, or you can use the Claude skill, like I said before, links in the description, the pinned comment below. And then you pick the single fastest income stream that it gives you, and you ship it this week, right? Don't wait until it's perfect, just ship it. So those are the 5 Claude AI strategies. Understand the game, the idea machine, the assembly line, the ghostwriter, and monetizing beyond AdSense. But I wanna be real with you about something. These 5 are the floor. They're how you get in the game and you start getting views and making money. The ceiling is building a real personal brand with a real system behind it and doing it the right way so that you never get demonetized or banned. And that's the difference between someone using AI as a toy and someone using it to build something that pays them for years. Now, I know that 99% of you watching this will just take these free strategies and run. You'll probably attend my live training as well, link in the description in the pinned comment below. And we'll never end up working together. And that's awesome. That's exactly what I want. I always want to give at least 10 times more value than I receive. But for the 1% of you who are serious about growing and making money on YouTube and you want to work with me and my team directly, go ahead and book a call down in the description in the pinned comment below. On that call, we'll figure out where you are right now, where you want to be. We'll make a plan to get there, and we'll see if we're a good fit to work together or not, right? The call will be valuable whether we end up working together or not, but only book if you're very serious. So these are the types of people we typically work with. Business owners who want to build a personal brand and use YouTube as a way to nurture, generate leads, get clients, and get revenue. Just as an example, we just had a business owner sign up who literally owns a golf course. But the types of business owners we typically work with are coaches, consultants, online service providers, agency owners, and even local businesses are doing incredibly well, like realtors, financial advisors, cosmetic dentistries, and law firms. The second type of person we work with are YouTubers who are getting a lot of views, but they're struggling with monetization. The third type of person we're working with is YouTubers that are crushing it, but they want to crush it even harder. And the fourth type of person we're working with are people who are beginners, but they're typically experts at something, right? So you're really good at whatever you do. Maybe you're very high level in your job. You've solved a bunch of problems in your life and you think you can give value to other people. So you want to make educational content on YouTube to give value. But in all of those cases, they all have one thing in common, and that is they want to treat YouTube like a business. Now, we only accept about 18% of the people who apply to work with us, and we're only bringing on about 3 to 5 people right now. So if you think that's you, go ahead, click that link in the description and pinned comment below, but only apply if you're very serious about growing and making money on YouTube. And if you want to see an example of someone that we helped grow their YouTube channel, check out this video right here where I interviewed Sean and we talked about exactly how we helped him make $500,000 a month and become literally #1 in his niche. Click right here to check it out.